ओम ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
ओम ईश्वरो
गुरुरात्मेति
मूर्तिभेद विभागिने
मूर्तिभेदविभागिने
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
ॐ सहनाववतु
ओम सहनाववतु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सहनौ
सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै
सह वीर्यं
करवावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ओम
शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं
पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्।
महाभारतम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवत्वेषिणीम्।
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवत्वेषिणीम्।
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः
वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः
यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः।
यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः।
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्ति समन्विते
सर्वस्वरूपे
सर्वेशे
सर्वशक्ति समन्विते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोस्तुते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी
दुर्गे देवी नमोस्तुते
रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टारुष्टातु कामान् सकलानभीष्टान्
रोगानशेषानपहंसि
तुष्टारुष्टान्
त्वामाश्रितान्नान्न विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिता ह्यश्रयतां प्रयान्ति सर्वाबाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी
सर्वबाधाप्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी
एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोस्तुते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी नमोस्तुते
रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टारुष्टातु कामान् सकलानभीष्टान् त्वामाश्रितानान्न विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिता ह्यश्रयतां प्रयान्ति
आश्रयतं प्रयान्ति
सर्वाबाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी
सर्वबाधाप्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी
एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् ॐ जुं सः पूर्वाभाद्रपदनक्षत्रे मीनराशौ जातानाम् श्रीविदितात्मानन्द सरस्वती यतीन्द्राणाम् पालय पालय मृत्योर्मोचय मोचय रोगान्नाशय नाशय आयुर्वर्धय वर्धय सहजम् ॐ
ॐ
उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्
वारुकमिव
बन्धनान्
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम्
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम्
ॐ जुं सः
ॐ जुं सः
पूर्वा भाद्रपदनक्षत्रे मीनराशौ जातानाम्
पूर्वा भाद्रपदनक्षत्रे मीनराशौ जातानाम्
श्रीविदितात्मानन्द सरस्वती यतीन्द्राणाम् पालय पालय
पालय पालय
मृत्योर्मोचय मोचय
मृत्योर्मोचय मोचय
रोगान्नाशय नाशय
रोगान्नाशय नाशय
आयुर्वर्धय वर्धय
आयुर्वर्धय
सहजुम् ॐ उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्
अमृतात्
8th verse रसोऽहमप्सु कौन्तेय
रसोऽहमप्सु कौन्तेय
प्रभास्मि शशिसूर्ययोः प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु शब्दः खेल् पौरुषं नृषु पुण्यो गन्धः पृथिव्यां च तेजश्चास्मि विभावसौ जीवनं सर्वभूतेषु तपश्चास्मि तपस्विषु बीजं मां सर्वभूतानां वित्ति पार्थ सनातनम् बुद्धिर्बुद्धिमतामस्मि तेजस्तेजस्विनामहम् बलं बलवतां चाहम् कामरागविवर्जितम् धर्माविरुद्धो भूतेषु कामोऽस्मि भरतर्षभ ये चैव सात्विका भावाः तामसाश्च ये
राजसामसामसाये
मत्त एवेति तान् विद्धि
मत्तयेवेत्तन्ति
न त्वहं तेषु ते मयि
नत्वाहं तेषु
मयि
Yesterday we saw in 9th verse Pruthivyam Punyagandhaha Ahamasmi. The meaning original fragrance, pure fragrance inside among in the Prithvi, that fragrance is myself, Bhagavan said. Vibhavaso, in the fire, Tejaha cha asmi. In the fire, the heat of the fire, or we can say the brilliance of that fire, that myself, Bhagavan says, asmi, that I am also. Jivanam sarva bhuteshu. Oh, in among all being, I am a jivanam. We have seen yesterday in Bhashyam, Yena Sarvani Bhutani Jivanti, because of which reason all people, all beings are alive. So yesterday we have seen the meaning of Jivanam. We can take in both ways, either Annam or Pranam. Annam is also Jivanam of all being. Even Prana also is a Jivan of all being. Both we can say consider is a Bhagwan only. In Tapasvishu, Tapahachasmi, Tapasvishu, there are many austerity. In that austerity, that Tapaha Ahamasmi, that we have seen, Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutanam Vidhi Partha Sanatanam. Sanatanam Mam Bijam Vidhi Sarva Bhutanam Mam, not Sarva Bhutanam Bijam Sanatanam Mam Vidhi. So the bijam we can take it here is a all biological laws or orders. So Ishvara or Bhagwan is present in every biological order. So each seed comes out of same seed. That DNA, what we can say is Bhagwan says, myself only. Buddhihi buddhimatamasmi. A people, one who has a buddhi. So we can consider as we can think thinking people. That discrimination power is called buddhi because only we are blessed with free will. So we can consider also buddhimata means not all being but only human being, one who has a free will. Among that free will, a people, one who has a discrimination power, that very discrimination power, Bhagwan says, is myself. Tejasvinam aham tejaha. There are many brilliant people. So that brilliance among that brilliant people, that myself. So whenever we see a good thing, that Bhagwan says ahamasmi. Now we will sing, Bhagwan says in 11th verse, Balam balavatam cha aham kamaraga vivarjitam dharma aviruddha bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshava. Bijam that we have seen. Main sentence is here, aham balam, I am the strength. For whom? Balavatam, one who are strong people. For strong people, I am the strength. But only here Bhagwan has used adjective. There are many, Bhagwan says Punya Gandhaha, but never Bhagwan has used any adjective. Tapasvishu, tapaschaham, tapasvishu. There is no adjective. But here Bhagwan says, Balam, which type of Balam? Kamaraga Vivarjitam. A strength which is free from Kamaha and Ragaha. Actually, really speaking, the meaning of Kamaha, we have seen Kamaha can be a parents of everything. So Raga Dvesha is a second generation of Kamaha. But here Bhagavan has specifically mentioned Ragaha and Kamaha distinctly. So there must be a different meaning. So here Kamaha means whatever we don't have, that longing for that object or anything being is called Kamaha. So what we don't have, a longing for that object is called Kamaha. And the meaning of Ragaha, whatever we have, attachment for that is called Ragaha. Oh, sorry. But Bhagavan says, I am a strength which is free from both Kamaha, Ragaha. When I was reading Puja Swamiji's Gita home study, Puja Swamiji has explained, even one has to put too much effort to have a strength, all biceps, all muscles. We put so much our effort, that very effort, and because of that effort, whatever strength we have, it is nothing but Ishvara only. And why Bhagavan has mentioned Kama Raga Vivarjitam Balam? If person has strength plus Kama Raga, then person may be egoistic, person may be dangerous also because of all Kama and Raga. So this is Bhagavan is, we intentionally has put Kama Raga. The Bala should be always without any attachment and without any longing. Then only that Bala, Bhagavan says, is myself. And here in second line also, Bhagavan says, Kamaha Asmi. The meaning of Kamaha means desire. Asmi is I myself. Bhagavan says, I am a desire. But again, he has used adjective of Kamaha is Dharma Aviruddha. A desire which is not against Dharma. That desire is myself. In Bhuteshu, in all being. Bharatarshava is another name of Arjuna. In Bharata clan, who is look like a bull. One who is, we can make it out separately. It's called Bharatarshava. So Balam, now Shankaracharya is explaining what is Balam. Balam, Samarthyam, Ojaha. Here I have mentioned one thing. Bhagavan has blessed us with three Shakti, One is Kriya Shakti, one is Ichha Shakti, and another is Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, and Jnana Shakti. So, Buddhimatam Asmi, we consider as a Jnana Shakti. Then we say, here, Ichha Shakti means Ichha Shakti. So, that I have mentioned, the meaning of Ichha Shakti is Kamos me Bharatarshava, which here Bhagavan is mentioned. Because we can have desire. That Ichha Shakti is also blessing from Ishvara. And Jnana Shakti is Buddhim Buddhimata. And Kriya Shakti is here. Because of our all action, we can be more strong. This, our strength is because of our Kriya Shakti. This is also mentioned in our home study only. But this all Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, and Jnana Shakti is mentioned in all glories of Ishvara. That all glories is nothing, but Bhagavan says, Bhagavan himself. So Balam, meaning is Samarthyam. Samarthyam means strength. Shankaracharya has written another word, Ojaha. Ojas, same, is one type of brilliance, strength. Balavatamaham. There are many strong people. In there, the strength is myself. But that Balam, Bhagavan has mentioned, Tat that balam cha kama raga vivarjitam. It should be free from desire and raga means attachment. Now Shankaracharya beautifully explained what is the meaning of kama raga vivarjitam. So first kama hacha raga hacha kama rago. It is called iterator dvandva. So he has just split all samasa. Then now he explained what is kamaha. So he says kamaha trushna asannikrushteshu vishayeshu. Kamaha means longing. Trushna means longing. With reference to Vishaya, this object which we don't have. Asannikrushteshu means which we don't have. For that, if we have longing, I need, it's called kamaha. And what is ragaha? So another sentence is ragaha ranjana prapteshu visheshu. So ragaha means attachment. Ranjan means totally attached. Prapteshu vishayeshu, what we have already gained. For those objects, if you attachment is called raga. Tabhyam vivarjitaha, which is free from both of them. Kamaha ragaha means tabhyam. And which type of balam? So Shankaracharya has mentioned, is like a sannyasi. So he says written, balam means dehadi dharana matra arthaha balam. Only to sustain our body. For even to sustain our body, we need some strength. So dehadi dharana matrarthaha balam ahamasmi. But really speaking, not only for, because whenever sannyasi comes, so it is always mentioned by our Shankaracharya ji, what is the role of sannyasi? So sannyasi does nothing. He just, if he is doing anything, is only to sustain their one's own body. So here dehadi dharana matra artha, but we can take, because there are many people here in the world, so they have also balam, but if they are dharmic, they are with dharma, then whatever bal they have, it is also Ishvara. So Ravana has balam. Shankaracharya has, that Bhagavan would like to convey, this is not myself. Even Kamsa has bala. Bhagavan says, this also Kama Raga, not Vivarjitam, but Kama Raga Sangam. That I am not a balam, which is always free from attachment and longing, that myself. And again Shankaracharya is explained, Natu yat sansarinam trushna raga karanam. There are many people available in this earth, they have balam, but for which reason? He says for sansarinam, trushna and raga. Trushna means kamaha, raga means attachment, karana means the cause. They have developed their strength because of what? So only for longing to get something and to keep whatever object we like. For that sake only they developed the strength. Who? To sansarina. But here is na is there. Na is not like that. So Bhagavan's strength is not like sansari. Bhagavan's strength, a balam of Ishvara, which Bhagavan has mentioned, aham balam asmi, it is not like this, but it is only bereft of, free from kamaha raga. That's Shankaracharya is very clear. And again here, dharma aviruddhaha kamosmi bharatarshava. Kincha. Whenever comes kinchana, the meaning is further. Further, dharma viruddha means here akara is there. Dharma aviruddha, which is not against dharma. Dharmena shastrarthena aviruddha yah praneshu bhuteshu kamaha. A desire which is in the whole being, but it is not against dharma, and which is mentioned in Shastra. It is called, Bhagavan said, it is myself. Really speaking, Bhagwan has blessed us with free will. Kamaha, we can take as a free will, but we cannot use free will freely. We have to use our free will with keeping dharma. Then Bhagwan says, is myself only. So here kamaha means free will only. And when last time, when Pujya Swamiji came here in Ahmedabad for last Gnana Yagna, at that time, I think in Ahmedabad, he spoke. He says, kamaha is like vibhutis of us. We should have galore of kamas, but only one, it should be with dharma only. Then there is nothing wrong to keep kama. Sometimes everybody says, no, kama is dangerous, kama is dangerous. But into eye of Ishvara, in eye of Bhagavan Krishna, the kama is also one type of blessing. And here Shankaracharya is explain what is kama. So he says, yatha deha dharana matradi artha ashana panadi vishayah kama. Again, he has kept only sannyasi. What sannyasi can have desire? So he says, yatha, just as for sannyasi, deha dharan. If he is sannyasi, then he has to sustain one's own body, no? So somebody asks sannyasi, what you want, like? So he says, I would like to sustain my body. That's why give me bhiksha. So deha dharana matradi artha. And for what one should have desire? So ashana means for eating. Panadi for drinking. For that vishaya only one should have kama, not for others. But it is not like that. Here he has mentioned only sannyasi. I was thinking today, Shankaracharya ji has desired, let me write a bhashya. So this is a blessing for us. It is a dharma viruddha. Bhagavan Krishna has desired, let me teach Arjuna. This is also desire. This desire is blessing for whole humanity. So kamaha is not wrong thing to keep in our mind. But kamaha only, it should be dharma aviruddha. It should be with dharma, then it is a blessing for us. There are many scientists are there who keep on doing some different type of invention. They all have kamas, no? But this kama is also helpful for whole humanity. This vaccine of this COVID is within 1 year they have find it out. This is also one type of kama, no? But this is also dharma viruddha. So one cannot boast, I have invent something. Whatever invent because of desire, this Bhagavan says, myself only. So whenever, whatever is there is nothing but Ishvara. Even in our second chapter, we have seen there are two type of kama, One is binding desire, another is non-binding desire. So here we can take kama as non-binding desire. All binding desire are problematic for oneself also and other people also. But kamaha means non-binding desire, which always helpful to oneself also, it helpful to others also. That kamaha is, Bhagavan says, there is nothing wrong to keep desire inside our mind. More desire, more we can helpful to oneself also, and we can helpful to others also. So this is also Bhagavan explained. Now this is the last 12th shloka. Now Bhagavan has just explained whatever here is nothing but me only. So one here is bhavaha. Here the meaning of bhavaha is not emotions. But bhavaha, Shankaracharya says the bhavana means whatever any being we can take, any being or any object is considered as a bhava. If cow is there, So cow is a being, so is a bhavaha. If we say Vyagraha is a tiger, is bhavaha, but Vyagraha is we consider as a tamasaha, a cow considered as satvika. So bhavaha means being or object. They are born satvika bhavaha, they are born out of sattva guna. There are many beings and objects. They are born because of rajoguna. There are many objects and beings. They are born out of tamoguna. Even we can take bhava as an emotion also. I was just thinking, whatever kindness in our mind, if we are kind, so it's called sattvika bhava. If we are happy, sattvika bhava. If we are in sorrow, rajasa bhava. And we are confused, is tamasa bhava. These all are born out of this different type of guna. So Bhagavan says, ye bhavaha, all bhavaha, beings or object which are born either is sattva guna or rajo guna or tamasa, all beings and all object, mattaha eve ti tan viddi, mat eva eti tan viddi. They are all from me only, mattaha, from me only, 5 by 1. All bhavaha, they are possible, their existence because of me only. Te mai, these all beings, all bhavaha are in me only. But Bhagavan has clarified again, natvaham, but I am not in that. Natvaham teshu, I am not that in all beings, but all are in me. Like in 9th chapter, Bhagavan says, what was that? Mathani sarva bhutani nachaham teshvamastit. All beings are me, but I am not in all. Same way Bhagavan says, te bhavaha mai. These all bhavaha are on me, but teshu natu aham. But in that all bhavaha, in bhaveshu, I am not there. This is called Satyamithya. Again, Bhagavan is mentioned, it's called Satyamithya. We can say, pot is a clay, but clay is not only pot. So pot, we can say pot is in the clay. No, clay is in the, because of clay, pot is, existence is there, but clay can be exist without pot also. It's called Natvam Teshu. So clay can be exist without pot, it's called Natvaham. I'm not inside there because I am a Satya and pot is Mithya. But let's see what Shankaracharya is explaining. Ye cha eva satvikaha bhavaha. So Shankaracharya is explained, ye cha, which are satvikaha. So Shankaracharya explained what is the meaning of satvikaha. Sattva nirvrittaha, one which are born out of sattva guna. It's called sattva nirvrittaha, it's called satvikaha. And who are they? So say bhavaha. So Shankaracharya explained, bhavaha means padarthaha. All objects, even we take as a being also. Because in all jagat, all are vishaya. Even our body is one type of vishaya, is padartha. So this all padartha may be sattvikaha, rajasaha, or tamasaha. So rajasaha, that's why padartha may be gross also, padartha may be subtle also. So subtle are all our emotions, and gross are whole being or whole things in the world. Rajasaha, rajo nirvrittaha. Rajasaha padarthaha means which are born out of rajoguna. Tamasaha, tamo nirvrittaha. There are two words for Sanskrit people. One is called nivrittaha. Nivrittaha means retired. Here in India, after age of 58, no, people say, now from job, I'm retired. But there is another word, from nivruttaha, we have to add one refa up to there. It's called nirvruttaha. The nirvruttaha is written here, not nivruttaha. The meaning of nirvruttaha means is born. Tamasaha means tamo nirvruttaha, which are born out of tamo guna padarthaha. Who are they? Ye means ye. Cha ye kechit. So they say how? So prani nam swakarma vashat jayante bhavaha. Because of all beings and because of their own swakarma. Swakarma means according to their own papa punya. Karma vashat jayante bhavaha. There people are sitting. I can say we can keep laddu. Let's see only one laddu. There a dish of laddu is sitting in front of people. Each people have different type of thinking. If sattvika are there, they can think we can distribute among the people. If rajasa are there, nobody can take any laddu, I will keep with me. It's also one type of thinking. And tamasaha says, I will keep all laddus, and if somebody stop me, I can even slap them. I can fight with them. This thinking all tamasaha. How this type of thinking come? The Bhagavan says, Praninam sakarma vashat jayante bhavaha. Jayante means they are born. Bhavaha, different type of emotion or different type of padarthaha. Why they are born? Swakarma vashat. Here karma means according to their own papa punya. This all bhavaha jayante. Particularly in our mind. Here we can say this is because of our mind. This all. Whatever they are there, Bhagavan says, Tan mattaha eva. Whatever they are born, is there because of me only. Mattaha, from me only. Indeed, definitely, jayamana. So we should not regret, no? Sometimes we have different type of emotion. Sometimes people they say, I am not good. But we should always consider whatever be emotion, let it pass. We should not be indulged. We should not be more and more think over it, because we can think whatever this thinking process starts is also Ishvara. Then we can keep a distance between me and whatever thought process is there. Iti evam vidhi sarvan samastan eva. Samastan padarthan, samastan bhavan, whatever sattvika bhavaha, rajasa or tamasa are born from me only. Mattaha eva. So why should we worry? If I have hatred for someone, for timing it comes, we should not regret. We should just pass it on. We should not entertain that thought. Then let it pass. Because it's Ishvara's glory, let it pass. If we entertain more and more, then we are attached. The more we attach, then becomes more and more stronger. So all bhava. Now Bhagavan says that beauty, you know. Bhagavan says, Yadyapi te mattaha jayante. Even though they are all are born because of me, mattaha, from me. Even though they are born, mattaha, from me, jayante, they are born, tathapi. Even though, therefore also, natu aham teshu. Still, I am not inside. So what is the meaning of natu aham teshu? So Shankaracharya has written, tat adinaha. I am not, we can say adinaha means, I am not belongs to them. I am not, what we say, tadvashaha. Without them, I can also exist. So I'm not depend on them. Yeah, tad adinaha means, na tad adinaha. I'm not depend on them. Like clay is not depend on pot. Like gold is not depend on ornaments. Wood is not depends on furniture. Same way, aham, Bhagavan says, myself, teshu, that bhaveshu, na tad adinaha. I am not depend on them. na tad vashah. I am not under their power. Yatha sansarina, like other all worldly people, they are always depend on what? These all bhavas, but I am not depend on them. But these bhava are mayadina, they are depend on me. So Bhagavan says, te punaha, te means te bhavaha, satvikaha, rajasaha, tamasaha. We can say even emotions that all padartha or all beings, punaha, again, mai, mai means madvashaha. They are depends on me. Mad adhinaha, their existence cannot be possible without me. The meaning is, Bhagavan has clearly says, aham means I am satya, and all others are nothing but mithya only. This all bhavaha, mithya. The definition of mithya is adhara ananyatvam. One who are depend on others is called mithya. So here all same, what Bhagavan says, aham nattad adinaha, they are depend on me. So definition of mithya is adhara ananyatvam. Adhara means dependent. Is called mithya. One who are depend on others is called mithya. So Bhagavan says, madvashaha means they all are madadinaha, they all are called mithya. And I am not tad adinaha. Tadvashaha means I am a satya, I am the truth of everything. All are depends on me, but I am not depend on them. So this is the ultimate, no? A whole jagat is nothing but triguni bhavehi. There is nothing but all jagat is all three gunas only. All three gunas are depend on Ishvara. Then whole jagat is nothing but mithya. I am the truth of everything. So in last this verse, having glorified his glories, Bhagavan has said everything. I am a truth of. So this line up to here, natva ham teshu, I am not among them, but te mai. So teshu means I am not dependent on them, but they are dependent on me. It's clearly Bhagavan says, I am a Satya and they all are Mithyas. So this is covered everything. There is nothing more to explain. So now Bhagavan will change the topic. That's why. So he is whatever he would like to tell, Bhagavan is told. Now before this 13th verse, there is a beautiful Bhashyam. Shankaracharya has written. Very beautiful. So, evam bhutam api parameshwaram nitya shuddha buddha mukta swabhavam sarva bhutatmanam nirgunam sansara dosha bija pradaha karanam mam na bijanati jagat. Let us see, this is the main sentence. Jagat mam na bijanati. Jagat means whole word. Mam means me, na bijanati. They don't know me. And what is the mam is explained in previous line. All are adjectives of mam means Ishvara. So who is this Ishvara? So we can say here mam na bijanati jagat is the main sentence. But who is mam? So Parameshwaram. Mam Parameshwaram jagat na bijanati. Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swabhavam Mam Jagat na bijanati. Sarva Bhutatmanam Jagat Mam na bijananti. Who is Mam? This is all Bhagavan is telling Bhagavan's own glory. Nirgunam Mam Jagat na bijananti. In Sansara Dosha Bija Pradaha Karanam Mam Jagat na bijananti. So evam bhutam api, even the meaning of evam bhutam means I am in this manner also. So aham teshu na aham teshu mai means I am the truth of all this. Even though api, then Parameshwaram, who is me? So Bhagavan says, I am a Parameshwara. I am the Lord of every Jagat. Ishvaraha means Shashanakat. I am a ruled everything. This is called Parameshwara. Then who is me? Bhagavan says, Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swabhava. This is the favorite word of Shankaracharya. Whenever he likes, he always explain who is the consciousness. So Nitya Shuddha, Nitya Buddha, Nitya Mukta, Swabhava. Swabhava means real nature. Here Swabhava is not my nature is moody, but here the Swarupa. What is the Swarupa of Ishvara? He says Nitya Shuddha. Shuddha means pure, which doesn't have punya papa, is called Shuddha. Nitya means eternal, which is not connected by time, is called Nitya. So Bhagavan says, my real nature, my real Swarupa is Nitya Shuddha. I am bereft of punya papa. Nitya Buddha. We can take Buddha is enlightenment person, but we can take Buddha is also consciousness. So I am ever consciousness, which is not connected by time, place, or anything. And Nitya means I am ever free, eternally free. This is my original Swabhava, Swarupam. It's called Swarupam, and everybody knows the definition of Swarupa. Yat Swarupam yena nishchayati tat Swarupam na vyabhicharati. One who never gives up one's own nature, it's called Swarupa. Then Sarva Bhutatma Manam Nirgunam, I think we will see next time because already time up. Any question? No question?
Nitya Buddha means what? Something Nitya.
Buddha means one who has consciousness. Then only we
Okay.
can have knowledge, no? So here this knowledge, Buddha means without any specific knowledge, like Gyapti, no? In Taittiriya Upanishad, is consciousness. So Buddha, I'm ever consciousness, eternal consciousness.
This is not Buddhi. It's beyond that.
Yeah. Like in Taittiriya Upanishad, Satyam Jnanam, that Jnanam is not particular Jnanam, Gyapti, mere consciousness. Here also Buddha is nothing but mere consciousness. So no question? So shall we do Purnamada? Okay.
Yeah.
Om
Om Purnamada Purnamidam
Purnat
Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri
Shri
Gurubhyo
Gurubhyo
Namaha.
Namaha.
Harihi Om.
Harihi Om.